back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So I apologize that this video is a little late. I wanted to do this like yesterday or the day before, but we've had an exciting 24 hours. Took Abby to the dentist for a cleaning, and the last time we went, like 6 months ago, they said that she had a small cavity in one of her baby teeth. Not to worry about it, not a big deal. Well, fast forward to this time, she had told me she was starting to like feel sensitivity. So, I let them know all this or whatever. Come to find out it cracked. So now she has to get it pulled. Well, we scheduled it to be able to pull it for next week. They gave her some antibiotics just in case there was a minor infection in it. She's allergic to the antibiotics, so today I had to go get her from school. She broke out in hives. So now we're doing Benadryl every 4 to 6 hours. And had to reschedule everything. So hopefully whenever we do this again, the medicine that they give her next time, she's not allergic to it. So today's video is Kindle Unlimited. I have the service, and I've had books sitting on my Kindle Unlimited like checked out for quite some time, and I didn't realize which books I had out, and so I went through it. So today we can talk about those because I had 20 out, but I did return one today because I read it the other day. So that one I was able to get off. But so this will be part one because there's 19 books left on it. So let's start with the oldest to the newest that I've added. So the first one that I've added is it was Dirty Secret by Kai Brightly and M.D. Gregory. I put this one on my Unlimited on May 20th, 2021. So it's almost a year it's been sitting checked out, but I haven't touched it. And I think it's time that I do so. This one is a 4.5 star rating. And this is, I'm excited to read this one. This one is about Declan, who is in Hockey Star, and his husband Jake, who's a tattoo artist. They've been married for 4 years, and it's time for their anniversary. So Declan thinks that he is going to get him the most epic anniversary gift, and that will be to have Jake's favorite ASMR person, his voice actor, in the room during this special occasion. So Declan offers Logan, who's the voice actor, this opportunity. So Logan, he's at the point in his life where he needs as much money as he can get as fast as he can get it because he just got fired, and his abusive girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend at this point, has kicked him out. So he jumps on the opportunity to go and do this little ASMR project for Declan for Jake. And the first thing that he notices when he sees the two of them is how beautiful they are. He has always known that he was kind of bisexual, but like he kept it deep down, hidden way beneath. He never wanted to explore that side. But after meeting the two men, he is ready, I guess, kind of to let it come out, let it fly. So then at this point, Declan and Jake both realize they want the same thing, and that is to bring Logan into their relationship. But there's a problem. Logan is insecure, but also his ex-girlfriend is trying to get him arrested for a crime he didn't commit. So at this point, Declan and Jake are trying to protect Logan so that the ex-girlfriend can't get him in trouble for a crime he didn't commit. But all three men must work together to see where this relationship can go. And it's like, can they keep Logan as part of their throuple, or will it all crash and burn? So no idea what sparked me to add this one to it. Maybe it was an offer I saw on Facebook or something, and I thought it was a good one. So that's typically where I get a lot of my Kindle Unlimited suggestions from. they'll kind of roll through Facebook, author pages, and different things like that. And I think that's where this might have come from. So I'm super excited to read this one. This next book, I'm kind of ashamed of myself for having it sitting on my Kindle for so long. I got this one on June 21st of 21. It's a 3.9 star rating, and it's called True Loaf. It's a Balkan folklore inspired short story. Y'all, this is 16 pages. 16 pages, and it's been there for almost a year. Ridiculous. It's a fun, enchanting, modern fairy tale. It says, when a strange man puts in a strange request at the bakery where she works, Riley must go on a mini adventure to find one unusual ingredient. Along the way, she realizes that things are not always what they seem, and that fae might just be real. So this is a traditional fairy tale told in a contemporary setting. But again, I'm ashamed of myself because it's literally 16 pages and I can knock that out in no time. But I'll let it sit. So hopefully I can knock that one out pretty soon. Okay, so this next one is the second part of a series. I've already read the first book, but I don't know how closely linked they are, so we're just going to talk about the first one that goes with this series. The book in question I got on August 29th of 21. It's called Riley Thorne and the Corpse in the Closet by Lucy Score. It's a 4.7 star rating, and this, like I said, this is the second book. The first book out of this series, because it's a 3-part series as of right now, was Riley Thorne and the Dead Guy Next Door. I must have really liked it, because why else would I put the second one on there if I didn't like the first one? So the first book is about Riley. She's divorced, broke, and she lives with a pack of old people or elderly roommates, and she has hallucinations that she's living with. She doesn't want to acknowledge the hallucinations. She's ignoring them, but her mother, who is like tarot card reader, thinks that they are clairvoyant visions. So Riley may be psychic, according to her mother. And just when she thinks things can't get worse, she gets a knock at the door, and it is a so hot it should be illegal private investigator. And his name is Nick, and he shows up at her doorstep because her neighbor is who he was looking for, but it turns out the neighbor had been murdered. So Nick, who is the PI, is a black sheep, a rebel, a man who prefers a buffet of options instead of a same entree every night, if you catch his drift. So at this point, once he talks to her, she is moved to the top of his list of suspects. So the book is basically her and him trying to solve this murder and figure out who's really supposed to be on the suspect list. So that was the first book. The second book is going to pick up from there. Like I said, it's called Riley Thorne and the Corpse in the Closet. So perhaps there's another killing, or maybe it's the same one. I don't know. So apparently I was on a Lucy Score kick that time last year. The next one I got on September 2nd, and it was a 4.5 star rated book, and it was The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. And this one is about Francesca. She is the maid of honor at her best friend's wedding. And it says the bride is a total doll. The groom is a perfect gentleman. But the rest of the wedding party, they're the stuff of nightmares. Rich? Check. Vapid? Check. Entitled? Check, 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 check. Not enough checks in the world, apparently. And the best man? More like the worst man. Also, if you hear stuff, the guinea pigs is doing laps around the cage. I can't help that. But she takes her duties seriously. A kidnapped groom, she's got this. Rude attendees, you just watch her handle them. So a best man with a big attitude and an even bigger checkbook. Yeah, there's no way she's going to let that pretentious, judgmental jackhole ruin her best friend's wedding, no matter how sexy he is. Well, that's the plan anyway. And as far as the best man, his name is Aiden, and he is busy ruling the business world, and he doesn't have time. He hasn't found a woman yet that he can stand for more than a month or two-ish. And he's also never found anybody unconquerable. But Francesca might be just his match. So, the smart mouth girl from Brooklyn might be his downfall. And if he can get with her, maybe it'll last more than a month or two. So, I'm really hoping to enjoy this one. It sounds like it's going to be funny. I really like the dynamic of a bride, maid of honor and the best man, because I enjoyed that one with the Unhoneymooners. I love the atmosphere of the book and the relationship of the two. So I'm hoping this is kind of like that with the back and forthness. So, yeah. And Lucy Score, I've read a few of her books. And like I said, apparently I was on a kick for her at this time, because yet here's another one on my Kindle Unlimited list. So we'll give this one a try and see if that dynamic is amazing as it sounds. The next one I got on September 6th, so just 5 days after the last one, right? Nope, 4 days, because I got that one on the 2nd. This one is 4.1 stars, and it is The Bennett Women by Eden. I'm not going to try to say her last name or his last name. I'm not sure. I don't want to butcher it, because I probably will. So I'll put it up here so you can see what it is. And this one is a modern spin on Pride and Prejudice. And it says, welcome to the Bennett house, the only all-women's dorm at a prestigious Longbourn University, home to 3 close friends who are about to have an eventful year. EJ, an ambitious black engineering student, her best friend Jamie, a newly out trans woman studying French and theater. Tessa is a Filipina astronomy major with guy trouble. But as great as Longbourn is for academics, EJ knows it can be a wretched place to find love. Yet, the fall season is young and brimming with surprising possibilities. Jamie's prospect is Lee Gregory, son of Hollywood producer and a gentleman so charming he practically sparkles. That leaves EJ with Lee's arrogant best friend, Will. That's his name, Will. For Jamie's sake, EJ must put up with the disagreeable, distressingly handsome, not quite famous TV actor for as long as she can. What of it? EJ has her eyes on a bigger prize. Anyway, launching a spectacular engineering career in the real world she's heard so much about. But what happens when all their lives become entwined so much, in so many ways, no one could have predicted? And EJ finds herself drawn to a man who's not exactly a perfect gift for the future she has planned. So, apparently, if I'm reading correctly, EJ falls for someone else who is not the arrogant best friend. So, question is, how are these relationships going to work out? And how will they all fit into the real world? So, I don't know. But it is a 4.1 rated book. So it should be pretty good if that many people enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to it. And I've never read all of Pride and Prejudice. So even though it's a modern twist on it, I probably might not even get what it's saying. It'll be just a new story to me. The next one I got on September 6th. It's 4.1 stars. It's called The Boyfriend by Daniel Hurst. And I know I downloaded this one because I had an arc for a Daniel Hurst book through NetGalley, and I enjoyed that one. So I was like, well, let's see what else he has. So I got this one. And this one is about Adele. And she has finally found her soulmate. His name is Tom. They're happy together. They're engaged, and she's looking forward to like the perfect life together. But something fishy is going on. All of her exes, because she has a very colorful dating history, they're being murdered. Now, or maybe not murdered per se at this point. She's just thinking they're turning up dead. And she doesn't really pay much mind to it as far as like, oh, I'm so sorry one of my exes died or whatever. But then it gets to the point where she figures out there's a pattern. They are dying in the same order that she dated them. So at this point, she's trying to figure out like, okay, why, who, like whatever. And she's scared also because she is like, okay, if they keep going, will they eventually get to my fiance and kill him too? So she has to figure out who is doing this, why they're doing it, stop them before her perfect life gets ruined. Not to mention, all these people are dying apparently because of her. So it seems like it'll be an interesting read to see which, maybe an admirer she never dated that is like, I'm gonna kill off all these people and maybe one day you'll want me. It could be Tom, for all we know, killing off her exes because he's crazy and she thinks, oh, my soulmate. Who knows? So, guess we'll have to read it to find out, because I don't know about you, but that'd be kind of freaky if all of your exes started dying in order of how you dated them. I guess we'll find out together. 6 days later, I got another book on Kindle Unlimited, and that is The Good Lie by A.R. Thorne, and it's 4.4 stars. I just recently read a book by A.R. Thorne, which was Every Last Secret, I think it was. Yeah, and I really like that one. So I'm hoping this one kind of gives me like the same easy writing style, easy reading style, and it's enjoyable as well. And this one is about, there are six teenagers who have been murdered. They have a suspect behind bars and a desperate father. In a case this shadowy, the truth is easy to hide. So this is about psychiatrist Dr. Gwen Moore. She's an expert on killers. She spent a decade treating California's most depraved predators, unlocking their motives to figure out, why are they like they are. And it says, predators much like the notorious Bloody Heart serial killer, whose latest teenage victim was able to escape and identify him to the police as the high school teacher, Randall Thompson. The case against Thompson as the Bloody Heart killer is damning and closed as far as Gwen and the media are concerned, if not for this new development. So defense attorney Robert Caven is still traumatized father whose own son fell captive to the convicted Thompson's, they're saying Thompson is the murderer. So his own son was captured, and he feels that Thompson is not the killer. He is not the serial killer. So Robert asks Gwen, like, hey, can you interview him, make a psych profile on him, and then like his victims, and help me clear his name. As they grow closer, she dives deeper into the investigation. Grave questions arise. So does Gwen's suspicion that Robert is hiding something and that he might not be the only one with a secret. So we have a desperate father who is trying to make sure that the right person goes to jail. Now, is it a desperate father because his son escaped the killer, or was he one of the 6 teenagers who was murdered? That we do not know. But why is he so keen on opening this case back up if they've already declared it closed? What does he know? What is he hiding? Will he get away with it, or will Gwen figure it out before it gets too late into the situation? And like I said, if this is anything like her other book, which I enjoyed, I'm thoroughly going to enjoy this one. So I guess we need to see, who is this Bloody Heart serial killer? Alright guys, so that is going to be all of the Kindle Unlimited books that I'm going to talk about today, because I just found out something that can benefit you as well. So if you didn't know, World Book Day is April 23rd. And Amazon is giving us a little present. And it is Discover World Book Day. They are giving us until the 27th, I believe. It's 6 days away according to the counter on this page. 6 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes. And you can download 10 books for free. They're regular $4.99 a piece. And these are going to be books from around the world. So I'll just read them out so you kind of have an idea of what part of the world they're coming from and what the titles are. So, travel memoir, The Puma Years by Laura Coleman from Bolivia. Literary fiction, The Ardent Swarm, Yemen Manai from Tunisia. A memoir, North to Paradise by Usman Umar from Ghana. Historical fiction, Where the Desert Meets the Sea by Werner Sun from Israel. There's a thriller, An Eye for an Eye by Carol Wire, England. Book club fiction, The Other Man by Farhad J. Dadebujar, not 100% on that one, from India. Contemporary fiction, The Easy Life in Kamasari by Shion Mura from Japan. A psychological thriller called Mother Dear by Nova Lee Mayer from the Netherlands. A fantasy called To the Sky Kingdom by Tang Qi from China. And there's a children's book called The Cayman by Maria Maneric from Venezuela. So, and each, I'm going to put a link down below and you guys can go and check out the site, and it gives you a brief synopsis of what the books are about. But like I said, Amazon is allowing us to download these 10 books for free for the next 6 days in honor of World Book Day. So you can read these 10 Kindle books from around the world for free. So basically they're $5 a piece, 10 books, 50 bucks. Not a bad deal. So I think, even though I've been complaining about how many books I have on my Kindle, I'm going to go download them all. Why not? They're free. I like free stuff, if you haven't noticed. So, that is everything. Check down below for the link to Amazon so you can check out those books. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.